When we look at America, we can't help to think this is a great empire, only comparable to the great empire of the Romans. Here are 5 things that I had noticed as I read through history books that are very similar to the same mistakes that the Roman Empire did at the very end. Number 1 is the economic challenges. The Roman Empire in the last year, economics was in a decline. Factors such as taxation, inflation, and reliance on slave labor were many factors of their collapse. In the U.S., the growing of the national debt should be an indicator. Economic equality. Nowadays, the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. And over debates on fiscal policies and how should we spend our money that we really don't have. The military overreach. The Roman Empire, as everybody knows, conquered many countries and expands all over. Essentially, they overexhausted the military might, and that led to leave the capital unprotected. So the strain on resources of the military contribute to their downfalls. Well, what happens to the U.S.? Think about where we are in the world. We are everywhere. We are engaged in so many areas, so many countries, so many parts of the world that we really don't have any business. So we are over exhausting our resources. Very similar to what the Romans did. As we move on, we also have to look at the political instability. Well, at the very end, the Roman Empire experienced a lot of political instability with frequent changes on leaderships, internal conflicts, and power struggles. I am really not going to get into that, but this year is a very critical year. So you are going to see that. Now, that is right here in the U.S. Very similar again to what the Romans experienced. We also have a social and cultural shift. The Roman Empire underwent significant social and cultural transformations, including changes in values and traditions. Well, in the U.S., culture is very there. Traditions is nowhere to be found. The societal norms nowadays are very different than when you and I grew up under. And deprivation has become the norm. Very similar to what the Romans experienced. The last one is the complex of the government structures. The Roman political system evolved over time, transitioning from a republic to an autocratic system. The bureaucracy became so complex that it was completely inefficient. That was the Romans. How many of you have gone lately to get your driver's license? This is now current modern society. Can you tell me the last time that you went to a government agency and it was efficient? Same thing. Bureaucracy, red tapes everywhere. It has become utterly inefficient. These are a few things that you should look into what happened in the past and what is to expect in the future. There is a saying that a lot of people like to quote, learn from the past so you won't make the same mistakes. It seems that we ignore everything that already happens once because, as others say, history tends to repeat itself. I think people constantly making the same mistakes and they refuse to learn from the past. Therefore, does history repeat itself? But history in itself is created by us, not by anything else. So we are the ones who needs to learn that mistakes can be avoided if we just learn. The Roman Empire was a great empire, was the longest empire in human recorded history. We could be great. However, we have chosen to make the same mistakes that the Roman empires made at the very end. Therefore, since the same mistakes are being repeated, this is why I encourage everybody to prepare as much as they can, because the downfall is inevitable at this time. The similarities are too many, and I just name you 5 that, in my opinion, are the top 5 of all of them. With that being said, I hope you have a great one. Like always, rock on, prep on, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.